Okay, I got notes on my phone. We all seen the ATF expert video tearing down the Glock, right? Have you seen it?
The whole damn video
Really?
is hilarious.
It's kind of it. The very first time I watched it, it pissed me off because they're just. It's the ATF doing what they do, trying to get rid of our freedoms. They have an expert trying to tear a Glock apart, dude. It takes him a minute and a half. That's one of those guns where you just grab it funny and just it's apart.
Yeah, you have to slide it back just a little bit.
You
push down 2 tabs.
You verify the chamber's empty. You have to pull the trigger, and then slightly pull back on the slide, and then pull the 2 tabs down. The Walther's the same exact way. Yeah. Pull the trigger. Pull
Our tabs are a little, or my Walther tabs are fatter.
Much easier to grab, but yeah.
Which I don't like that we have to pull the triggers on them. I don't know why. But I know, check it twice.
You know, lock it back, visual, physical, stick your hand or the finger down the bore, close it, pull the trigger.
But I don't know how the hell you haven't seen it yet.
It's some energy. I think I sent all 3 of you the link to it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Go ahead and...
I got links that I haven't read. I got freaking... Instagram things that you've sent me and Moody has sent me, I can't keep up on. I get freaking notifications all day, every day. It's like I ain't got enough time in my life to look at all this shit.
If you feel like just getting pissed off, watch the first 2 minutes of the ATF video, where
these guys are experts and they're the ones making rules for you.
The director calls a magazine a clip.
Yes.
10 seconds.
I do that just to piss
You're
guys
talking
off.
the video with the 3 people in it, the lady and the 2 guys.
Yeah.
I've watched part of it, and that was...
It's on.
Yeah, that was brutal. They're freaking them 3. They shouldn't have anything to do with
It's one of those things
where
the
woman is a TV personality.
She's just a TV personality, but you can tell she doesn't know
and
or
she's all for. You get the vibe right away that she's all for nobody having guns.
The look on her face as they're describing guns is just it's almost like you can say, what the hell are these? Why does anybody need this?
Yeah.
The one said something about a fully automatic. I'm like, no.
At least it wasn't fully semi-automatic.
Yeah.
Them damn AR-14s.
But no, them guys must have ate the whole fucking box of crayons before they shot that video.
Oh, 100%.
So here, it is one of those things where it just proves that the director of the ATF has absolutely no idea what he's talking about.
The big guy.
Well, yeah.
You got to watch the whole thing because by the end of it, the big guy is just about having a heart attack. He is wheezing and he's heavy breathing on the woman.
Did you?
He's like, probably terrified with all that stuff sitting on the table.
Did you see how hard
he
was?
Terrified because it's the first fucking beautiful woman he's ever been close to.
That too.
Did you see how hard he was working to take that Glock apart?
The little guy, yeah, but the other guy, the bigger guy.
Tall guy with
if
hair.
you watch it again,
he was wheezing. I just like
he was having a heart attack. It was like, this guy's going to keel over any minute.
So as I'm watching it, they're going to start off with the AK-47. Here's the fully automatic one, which wonderful. We should still be able to own that. Then this one has a bump stock, so it does the exact same thing. No, it doesn't. It's still semi-auto.
Yep, you're right. But the bump stock, who's got a bump stock anymore?
You can bounce the trigger off your finger. You can do the belt loop. Come on.
Yeah. I know.
But I just like the fact that they have a 50 cal Barrett on there because that looks scary.
And they're trying to ban it.
And they're going, well, in the southern states over the border, if someone's trying to pay cash for it and trying to...
That's a straw purchase.
It's like, any gun store worth their weight is going to know something's up.
I think, don't they say they've done a pretty good job of it?
Yeah.
And they have. I feel like they have. Yeah. The gun store owners and employees get a vibe for somebody going, I don't want to know anything about this gun. I just have to buy it.
Yeah.
But why? Well, I just have to buy it. I don't feel right.
So, in the
Because they're probably getting 20 grand outside the store after paying 12 for the fucking Barrett.
super efficient Cabela's store, when my,
Yeah.
Shut up. That freaking
my stepson
shithole.
gets up to the counter and he wants my opinion on certain things. So
Dylan
he
or
says, "Huh,
what's his name?
Dalton."
Dalton.
He wants to look at a certain gun, and I'm saying it's a good gun, but I kind of like this one more. And the guys are going, "Wait a second. I understand why you're doing that, because I'm sitting here going, well, no, I kind of like this one more. Like, don't buy that one. I want. Get me this one.
Yep.
I understand that. Like, yeah, clarify what's going on here.
Yeah.
But someone walked in and paid cash for it. You know what? If someone has saved up their cash and said, I really want to bear it, and they go into a store and say, here you go. Good for you, buddy. I don't have 12 grand to slap down for a gun, but
Right.
good on you for saving your pennies and doing it.
No shit. And now you
Man.
have a
And-
gun you can tell everybody you have. And brag about it.
I don't know.
Can't afford to shoot it.
I think it'd be cool to shoot. I just prefer somebody else owning it.
Yeah, but what's your philosophy of use on that? I mean, besides a make you giggle gun.
Right.
Hey, look at what I got. Let's go shoot it a couple times.
Right.
Conversation piece. That's
Yep.
about you
Yeah,
pay
big-
12 grand
big-
for a conversation piece.
That's insane. Well, I mean, there's guys out there that have that kind of money, and
Speaking of conversation piece, how about the old military guns at Barrett's today?
so before our class today, I went down and not checked in, but we said, hey, all right, we're here for this class. I'll just hang out, man. They'll come get you. Okay, we hang out for a minute. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run upstairs and look, because I want more mags for the FPC. Well, those things are a bitch to find, by the way, for a Smith & Wesson standard M&P mag. Nobody's got them. I'm gonna have to go over to Paulie's and see what he's got.
Does it
Anyway, I went up there. Amy went pee, and then I went pee. And she's standing, and he walks in after that. But then I sent him a picture of these rifles, and they're all World War, whatever, Battle of the
World
Bulge,
War
the
era,
World
yeah.
War 1, 2. They're all, there's a Garand, there's grenade launchers. Did you know that they were spring loaded back in the day? Like the bazookas were spring loaded?
No.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Dude, I don't know if I got a picture of that. Did you get a picture of the grenade launcher?
No, I did not.
I took one picture to send to him. Where the hell is it? Right there. I got kind of it. So that over there on the right side of that picture, that's the grenade launcher, that's basically, what was it? The bazooka. The bazooka
Yeah.
of the day. It was spring loaded. You had to put your feet on it and spring load the fucker. And then over, I don't have the picture of that one, but at the very top over here, there's a grenade at the end of that. You can't see it in that picture, but right at the end of that is a grenade. So my beer can gun, that's how they launched grenades back then, with blanks.
Oh.
See the
Nice.
the rounds on the table?
Mm-hmm.
A10 Warthogs.
Sweet.
So
Yeah, they're big fuckers too.
several years ago, we were coming up from Indiana, and we passed an airplane museum, like military jets and everything. A10 Warthog with my hand on the barrel.
Well, that tells you a lot. right
Yes,
there.
please.
I'll take 2.
Can we say brap?
No, boy, I can say boing.
Same thing.
They sound fucking wonderful. They
I've
do.
never heard one in real life.
I've never heard one in real life.
Even if
but
it was
just on the
blanks, I
vid-
think I'd want to hear it.
Just on the videos, they sound. I mean, it's music to my ears.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on that?
We were looking at the military guns there, and the one guy goes, "Hey, look at this one down at the bottom. The BAR, Browning Automatic Rifle, automatic 30-06. That thing is a hog.
He goes,
that thing is
You know how well, he started telling us about how much shit people carry in the war zones and different things. He goes, pick that up, and I'm like looking down, and I think you picked it up first. Didn't
no.
you?
You No,
he picked it up and handed it to me.
Yeah.
21, 22 pounds.
I knew that
it had
fucker
to
was
be.
going to be heavy, just the way the guy was going, you ain't going to believe this. And he hands it to me, and I'm like, ooh.
And that's an,
Oh, my God.
and
I
that's
can't
an
imagine.
empty gun.
Empty gun, plus you got basically a belt full of ammo, and your bandoliers or whatever you got, plus all your gear, your backpack, your boots, which back then were probably
And
lead.
just think, these people walked hundreds and hundreds of miles
Dude.
carrying them.
That's the first thing I thought. It was unbelievable.
You remember what we were talking about the 22 and carrying?
So
That's where men were. That's when men were
our
men.
great grandfather's generation, they don't say it's the greatest generation of all
Yeah.
for no reason, because they were tough, way tougher than us, our kids, our grandkids are ever going to be. It's insane how fucking heavy that shit is.
19.4 pounds.
So 20
Call it
pounds.
20 pounds, yeah.
Yep.
Add a little sweat, full mag. You're up
Yep.
over, yeah.
Oh, that's
And all the suits and the helmet and the shit
yeah.
on your helmet and there's a lot to it, man. But thanks to Barrick 616 for hosting that, and thanks to that Gary guy, Dredge. We learned a little bit today. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I think it certainly opened my eyes to how much more there is to learn. It was insane. You should have took your fucking Mountain Dew cans back and went with us. Okay.
I had clutch brakes to put in.
Not in my truck.
Whoever drove it yesterday tore it out.
Bullshit. I'd put a half a day in.
So it was only half screwed up.
All right, so whatever it is, I don't care whatever it is. Has there ever been a town that's changed your life?
A town that's changed my life. No.
Yes. Lima.
Hmm.
It taught me that I don't really like leaving the state. And the cops there were assholes.
Well, come on, you had it coming.
No, I didn't.
You ever had a town change your life?
No.
Mine would be Wuhan. Wuhan
Wuhan, China.
Okay.
changed everybody's life, man. I mean, changed an election, changed lots of things. You know what I mean?
It's coming up on changing its second election.
Yeah, well, what town's that going to be? Because it's going to be something else, right? We know it's going to be something else. One other thing that just it popped in my head. The other one I stole. I didn't steal it, but whatever. I kind of stole it. People don't print photos anymore. It's all right here.
Yeah. Digital frames now.
But you don't have a shoebox full of photos like your parents did. Of you.
My parents have.
You don't have a shoebox full of photos of your kids, do you?
I got a 20 or 22 gallon tote full of pictures.
You know what? At Joseph's open house, I realized maybe that's one of the big times I realized that shit. Nobody prints photos anymore. But you know, it's
You didn't
super
see all
easy.
his photos?
Up on the walls. I did.
Okay, I was just
That's what I'm saying. You do a good job with it. But it's super easy to take photos and send them to wherever.
Yeah.
I did it for Trent because Trent is all about taking photos with his phone, but he never prints them. And someday he's going to lose all those photos because of some fucking snafu somewhere,
See,
EMP, whatever. So I printed a bunch of them out, and I didn't get I got a thank you, like, oh, thanks. But that was it. And it was a stack of photos this fucking deep.
Jeez.
I went through my old phone and printed every one of those photos that he's ever sent me.
I have a bunch of USB.
Thumb drives.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't
Okay.
think of the name. To have my photos on them. They're
Amy's
Don't
been
say.
sending me a lot of pictures of the kids and different things like over the years that I've taken. Some of them I have in print, but we've taken pictures of pictures, or they were originally digital. Like Let me see if I can find one. One of them I really like. That one.
Jesus, you were young.
I was young. Gavin's what?
You was
18
what?
now?
35 in that photo?
It's 31. 30, 31. Somewhere there. Because one of my...
At least you took it
No,
in front of a good truck.
Well, I'm not even looking at the truck. But shit like that, Amy's been sending me, so I'm gonna have to go out and print them all off. And Gavin should be
Right
home
next door
right now.
over here.
Wherever.
Right next door actually has pretty good setup for it.
So, I guess what I'm saying is, figure out how to print out those photos. Print them out, stick them in a fucking shoebox, a tote or whatever. All the photos you got on your phone, just go through all of them. You got a family file, you got something.
I'm bad at that because I don't like having my picture taken, so I don't do a lot of it.
Okay.
I take pictures of my kids, like vacations and stuff, but I don't have anything displayed anywhere.
I say I have a bunch uploaded to my computer too for storage.
You're better at it than I think most. But like we're talking, most people are not very good at it's just one of those things. Print them out and stick them somewhere. Stick them. You don't have to stick them in an album. Leave them in the fucking paper envelopes they come in. Put them in a shoebox. Then go through them every few years and go, holy shit, you remember this? Oh my god, remember that? Because they just don't keep coming back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, these Facebook memories, your photo lab or photo storage, video storage.
Yeah.
Some come back, but I bet you there's a lot of them that you've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
That if you dug into whatever and if you had them in a shoebox, you'd go, holy shit, remember that?
No.
This guy, like I've got pictures of my buddies Ed and Whitey and all these guys. I got pictures of them in there. They're all dead. We were all besties, you know, all back in the day. They're dead for one reason or another. One crashed a motorcycle. You're never going to be able to, if you lose that in your phone or you lose that phone or something happens or you somehow that account gets, you just go, fuck it, I'm not paying that bill anymore, whatever.
Nope.
And they're going to go, all right, fuck you then. They're going to delete all them photos for you. Something like that. Anyway. Oh, what else have I got on my list of shit? Oh, Heaton had a pretty ridiculous garbage truck story.
Yeah?
Yeah. Somebody called in a complaint on him. Said he was driving all erratically from dirt side of the road to the center line, almost hit a car head on. Well, lo and behold, his wife's sister used to be married to the guy that runs that garbage company. That it was a competing garbage company. So Heaton works for one, and an employee of a competing company called in a complaint. And I think it's bunk, and I think it's just to try to put a dent into other companies' operations. You know.
Yeah.
So, say I work for Aero Waste or Republic or Granger or whatever, and I get a call in on me saying this guy almost hit a car or almost killed a kid or something. Just crazy bullshit, right? Well, now they're going to come to me and tell me, okay, this is going in your file, or you're fired because this is the third time or something. But this woman, it ended up being a woman that did the phone call. Turns out, yeah, she does. I don't think it's the first time she's done it. And I don't think it's the last time she will. Because they did a reverse phone number check.
Yeah.
Said this is coming from Harrington Disposal or Refuse or whatever in Belding, or wherever it's from. It's up north of here, Greenville, Belding. Harrington Disposal was the competing company. And it was the guy's sister. So, or stepsister or something, by marriage, whatever. How much bull. And it just, the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. She may have gotten somebody fired one day that didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Somebody's kid starved, his whole career, because those guys make fair money. They do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they earn it. Don't get me wrong. Those guys earn it. That's getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
So it's not
or
a
whatever.
job I want.
You're right. You're right. A roofing. I don't want to be a mechanic, so you make more than I do, and that's good for you. That's good for you. I don't want to do that shit. That's just one of them crazy things that happened, and I wanted to share it. I won't lie, it pisses me off a little bit to know that somebody like that exists.
Well, shitty people out there, so
That's a shitty
Especially
person.
along Facebook. If you don't agree with somebody, and I've seen it a lot the past few years, if you don't agree with somebody and you start voicing your opinion, they start voicing their opinion, it's always the ones that steer the opposite way of you. They'll say, well, call where he works and tell him, get him fired.
Yeah.
Why are you attacking my livelihood because you don't agree with my opinion?
Say, this goes both ways. Does that mean I can do that to you? Does that mean I can do that to you? Or
No,
are you encouraging me?
Unemployed.
Are you encouraging me to do that shit to you? Because that's what's happening here.
Most of them are unemployed. You can't do it to them.
What other fun? I mean, okay, let's go. Let's lighten it up somehow. Give me something. What do you got?
Oh, I'm not in a light mood this week.
Huh?
I'm not in a light mood this week.
You had a shit week.
Yeah.
You were talking about that. What about you? You had a fun week? Whee!
Yeah.
I worked Friday. Isn't that impressive?
I was
We
impressed.
We were shocked.
I was impressed.
I text before I seen you, I took a shot of my tractor, the hood, and then the backdrop from where I park, and I sent it to him in dollar. And I thought,
Well,
I can't fucking believe it either.
My first thought was this is just a picture from Thursday morning. You're sending it out today.
No, it wasn't. I worked.
No, I pulled in the parking lot yesterday. I backed up and I look over. Huh. That's got a stupid, ugly black fairing on the back of that VW.
Spoiler? That's a badass spoiler. That thing might as well make the whole car carbon fiber. It's so fucking cool.
Then I had to think, I'm like, dude, I'm going to be pissed off if it's Thursday. I'm like, no,
I seen you really walking across the parking lot and you're just shaking your head going, fucking seriously?
No, it's Friday. Wow. Must have a lot of people off this week if he's coming in and working.
I got a text Thursday saying, hey man, I could really use your help. All these people are going to be off, right? Okay, fine. Let me think about it and see what Amy's going to do. Because I want to make sure if she's not, because she decided she wasn't going to work. But then she decided she was going to work. And I'm like, well, if she's working, I might as well work. And then I'll just get out in time to go pick her up. Because she gets out at 2. So I left at 1. And then drove around. I went to Dunham's. Looked at gun stuff. Like a nerd.
Say it isn't so.
Anyway, they were looking for help. So, lo and behold, a bunch of other guys called off at the fact, but then they were still looking for 2 slides. A slide is, we have too many guys, you can take a free day off if you want. But a bunch of guys called off anyway. So, like, Cliff came in, and he goes, I'll take a slide if you want me to. And they go, yeah, you know what? You can. Work the dock, and then you can slide if you want. Just go home after that and call it half a day. But then somebody else called off, and Cliff had to work, I guess. Which, whatever.
Hell, there was one driver there today.
There's always one on Saturdays.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's always one on Saturdays. One.
Said he probably
But in the
wouldn't
summer, now that we're getting into summer, there might be 2.
He said no, or he said he wasn't getting out until around 5:30.
What?
He had to go to Holland, Hudsonville, and whatever, and drop trailers off.
Was it
pick
Grande?
trailers up.
He works every Saturday.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's Apple and Swaps. Which, I'll do the Swaps, but fuck that Apple. I used to. I don't want to work Saturdays anymore. I don't want to work Fridays anymore, but I thought, man, I'm putting too much away in my Roth IRA, and my checks are getting a little soft, and my bank account's getting real soft. I'm pissing it away. Anyway.
Oh, I feel you there.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing my wife and I like to do is watch the planes at the airport. We just like airplanes. Well,
I feel like if me and Amy went out to do that, we wouldn't be watching planes.
it's funny you mention that because on Valentine's Day, that was our just, let's go get out of the house, away from all the chaos, get something to eat, sit there, and just relax.
And
We-
bang.
Well,
And bang.
we didn't do that.
What?
But we park, and she
Shame.
goes, I think those people in that Tesla are getting freaky.
Mhm.
Look over. By the way, no tinted windows.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you just see this head going up, up and down the back seat. It's like,
Yeah.
they are. And not tinted windows. Just hanging
Well,
out.
Whatever.
Dude, there's a lot of kids that go there.
Oh, no.
Like, a lot of people go there, watch planes with kids, and
I've driven in there and did like a lap and come right back out, but I've never hung out. I wouldn't mind. Maybe that's something me and Amy could do. We could just park there, but I would have tinted windows.
but
Have to take the truck. It's got a bigger back seat.
the fun part is if you actually get to watch planes go in or out, because there's times where you get there and you see nothing for a half hour, 45 minutes. It's like, well, let's get out of here. Well, download. She has this app where you can track all the planes that are in the sky right now.
Oh yeah.
Helicopters, privates, everything that's in the air you can see. You click on a plane, it shows you where it's going, where it's coming from, altitude, speed, all this stuff. So
Is it measured in knots or miles per hour? Because that'd be cool.
knots.
You can do the math on that though.
1.15 miles an hour, is it not?
Not.
But occasionally, throughout the year, military jets start just doing touch and goes there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've never been there for an up close and seen it, but I want to.
They touch and go and fly over our shop
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Well,
So-
they fly over yours too, I
And
think,
it
because you're
shakes
pretty
the
close.
frickin' building.
Well,
Your old one.
It's pretty close, but it's not. It's. I think it's just outside the loop where it goes around.
Okay.
But the other night, 8:30 at night, my wife's like, "Hey, it's a military jet doing circles right now." And you click on the plane, it tells you that it's military. Bless you. But it shows you the track, and it just looks like a track around a football field
Mhm.
up in the sky. It's like, let's go. Kids are going to bed. Let's go. Well, the lookout's closed, but that cell phone lot is right next to the runway. It goes hit that. Halfway to the airport.
They moved that, so where is it now?
It's another
You know-
300 yards down from, or another 300 yards south of all the car rental places.
It's right where the car rentals now.
Okay.
So,
So that it's actually called
cell phone lot.
it's Peterson,
Oh,
not Patterson, but it's the next one. So Patterson runs one way,
Yep.
and the one immediately to the east that is in between all those car rental places is Peterson.
Okay.
There.
So it's right next to the runway there. Halfway to the airport, and she goes, "It's flying towards Lake Michigan now." We missed it by
Oh no!
minutes. Like, son of a bitch.
I was going to say, they were doing,
Too late. We're still going, and guess what else is happening? Yeah.
back here this last fall, they were doing touch and goes with A-10s.
Yep.
About 4 or 5 years ago, they were doing touch and goes with a C-130. And I tell you what,
You wrecked?
that's freaking loud. But yeah, they were literally, I mean, when they would do their circle, they're coming right over top of our shop. I bet, just from merely looking, I bet they're 200 feet above our shop. It just
Yeah.
seems like they're 200 feet above our shop. The whole shop shaking. You
Yep.
can just feel the whatever percussion or whatever through the air.
Turbulence?
Jesus, yeah.
The
Yeah.
all the office was outside one day, and I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah. So the next morning after that jet was doing touch and goes, It's like, I wonder if there's anything out there. And I look over Lake Michigan, shows a bigger jet, click on it, Air Force. It's like, yes, come on, it's coming back. Yeah, flew right past and went,
To
damn it.
Detroit or Lansing.
Come on. Got to see one of those sometime. I love watching those big jets.
We got a place that does avionics straight across the road from our place.
Okay.
And a couple times a year, they bring in the great big helicopters, the Hueys,
Mm-hmm.
dual propeller.
The Shucks?
Yeah.
Chinooks?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. And
So
they
now
land them right in the front
Ospreys
yard
are-
so all the employees can go out and check out some of the electronics in them.
So I have
Nice.
pictures of it on my phone from one year.
Yeah, that's pretty
You know,
cool.
right down the road from you, where you're supposed to go left to go to the airport, that lookout, where you go right past the other LTL company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you go straight through it, dead ends right at that runway.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to go down there and hang out and see if,
Just dirt turnaround.
yeah, but I mean, I'm wondering if cops patrol that.
Oh yeah.
Because,
I've never seen any. I went down there with my green Chevy. I went down there and hacked a bunch of donuts once.
well,
Just beat
Yeah.
the rah, 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 and
But
left.
the
I thought for
lookout,
sure I'd be fucking jeez.
the Ford lookout location gets closed at night. So there's one
Yep.
day we're just hanging out, and all of a sudden my wife goes, "Cops are here." I look over, he's got all his lights flashing. It's like, all right, they're kicking everybody out now. So I wonder if he at that point he goes down there or not, because I'd like to just go down there because
No
Watch.
lights, no nothing. I got right there by that regular lookout.
Yep.
There's 2 old fighter jets that are tore apart. Have you seen them?
No.
I will, when we're done, ask me and I will show you on a piece of paper or on my phone exactly where they're at. So when you go back, you can get out of your car and there's no fence, no nothing. You can climb in the fuckers.
Huh.
The fuel tanks that look like old missiles,
Yeah.
they're laying in the dirt. I want them, but I know I'll get busted if I steal the fuckers.
Be like whistling diesel and put them on for air tanks.
That's exactly what they are. His were custom made.
Yeah.
But yes, it is cool. I took pictures of them a long time ago when they were at their last location because they were going to take them out there to that park area
Yeah.
where people fucking their Teslas, and they were going to put them up on like stands and angles, like fighter angles.
Okay.
They were putting them all back together and put them up in like a cool display, and they never did. And maybe they'll get to it one day, but they're sitting right by it. You wouldn't know it. It's in one of the areas there.
All right.
I will, and it's super easy to get to. If you're at that park and ride, you'd be remiss not to go check it out. Take your super bright flashlights.
You mean not the Arkfeld?
I do take it. 'Cause I think it'd be enough for that.
All right.
Do it in the daylight, because then you can get really cool pictures.
Yeah.
When I took them, they were inside of a building
Okay.
when they were gutting them out and trying to clean them up. But it's super cool. Anyway, what else we got?
I got nothing.
So I didn't have anything fun or exciting happen this week. I didn't have anything that
I can't
guess
breathe tonight. So
pissed me
I'm
off more
working.
than my apprentice did, but that's just typical bullshit.
Yeah. You get that with a bunch of women.
I got a
Yep.
question. Do you ever rectify that force multiplier for you?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
You forget about it?
Oh no. It gets brought up about every freaking week when we get on that truck.
And they won't even look at you, will they?
They won't even acknowledge we say anything about it.
You better bring it up next time with a little more harshness.
Well, I'm waiting until the current guy goes on vacation and the other guy comes over and runs
The
that
owner?
one. No, the owner goes on vacation and the previous one comes back because I'm going to get in his shit. Because
You
he's
owe
the
me
one that gave it
$600.
to me.
You said it's worth $600? How much is
Oh,
it?
it's 3,200
Where's
new.
my sugar?
holy cow.
How much?
3,200 new.
We got Snap on. Duh. I like the way you shake it.
Oh, then you better come in house early.
No TV for me. Well, maybe TV when I get in the house.
Anyway, no, I haven't yet. haven't bought anything off his truck yet either. Or
Oh, really?
in a while.
Because they're missing sales.
Mm-hmm.
I got sleep aids I got to take. I don't fucking sleep. I can't. Man, my whole weekend got shot because I worked Friday.
Oh,
I did change the tires on my car. I was going to change the oil in the lawnmower, and I got to change the oil in the side-by-side. At least that. I'm not changing the tires on the truck yet until that thing's plow's put away.
I was gonna say I wouldn't. We're still probably gonna get at least one good snowstorm.
Either way, I still got to change the oil in the lawnmower one way or another. I might as well get it done.
Yeah.
And the side-by-side needs to get done. That's way past
just
due, I
went with
think.
the wheels on your truck.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not bad. Man, we're not out of topics because I'm saving some stuff. Because we're missing Moo. I hope he's having a good time. I
Yeah.
hope that's going well. I almost texted him today, and I'm like, no, I'm going to leave him alone. I almost ran down to his house yesterday when we had a side-by-side out just to do a lap in his driveway to make sure everything looks
Where's
cool.
dogs?
Huh?
Oh, he kenneled the dogs, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yep. So by the time this comes out, he'll be home, but... yeah. I got in conversation with that old man. I want to take a training class, a gun, pistol training class with them guys.
I just want to do intro to AR.
Dude, I think you could teach it.
Well, I'm talking about shooting aspects because I've never had AR training. I've had pistol, I've had shotgun, I've never had AR training. So, and I'd kind of like to get that belt set up. I kind of want to get a plate carrier set up too.
There's a
Just
lot
to
of
get
good
used
deals
to it.
out there. There's a lot of good deals out there. Whether it's online or at that gun show. We went to the one at the only one I ever went to with you on 3 Mile.
Okay.
They had plate carrier. They had a really good deal on plate carrier setups.
I mean, I've got a plate carrier. I'm talking about with plates. Like,
Yeah, they had all.
I want to get like level 4 plates just so it's, if it ever comes to needing it, it's already there. But be able to, getting accustomed to wearing one.
I say one of these times, there's one down. My brother-in-law told me about it. Kansas City, Missouri, biggest gun and knife show in the country.
Yeah.
He says it goes for like 4 days. You can't walk through it in 4 days.
That's like SHOT Show. Whatever that is, like 4 or 5 days you can't make it through.
Yeah.
But he says they have everything, and they have awesome. Well, of course, this was years ago. They had awesome deals on everything.
You spend just as much getting down there, but it'd be worth the trip. Be a fun trip.
Yeah. I mean, shot show, you're not buying anything unless you're actually a business getting here.
Well,
Yeah.
you probably get a bunch of ink pens and koozies.
Yeah. If I want to get level 4 plates somewhere.
Right. They're looking to sell skids of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where are we at here? We're only 40 minutes, not even. Holy shit. She's still sending me pictures. Whew, wow. Creepy. Oh, there we go. Glocks or the Nickelback. It's a Gats. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Because I like Nickelback.
So I said one last week. No one pisses you off like blood. You ever had that experience?
Yep. Let me go into that.
Yep.
So I have a half brother.
You have a full brother and a half brother?
I have a full brother.
Okay.
The one that's getting married in August that I'll see on Wednesday for the funeral. I have a brother. One that I go golfing with and everything.
Okay.
Growing up, my dad had a wife before my mom. Had a son. Divorced my mom. Story goes on, but when I was 9 years old, came and lived with us because he was going to go to GRCC.
Okay. How much older is he?
He's a bit older.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure because we're not close.
Doesn't sound like it.
But we would take my grandma down to see her sister every year in Tams, Illinois. Is that a small little shithole? But very southern end of Illinois. Bring
What
her
hurts
down.
worse, the half brother, or the fact that you got family in Illinois?
Half brother.
Yeah, okay.
No, he was staying at the house, taking care of our dog. We get back, he moved out and left our dog. Wants nothing to do with us. Comes back, does it again. Take my grandma to see her sister. Once again has moved out, left our dog alone. Wants absolutely nothing to do with us and has stopped communicating with the whole family. I know the word decade because of him. I turned 10 when he was living there, so I know what the word decade is because he's the one that taught it to me. So I remember the guy, but at the same time, you wanted nothing to do with us for the longest time. I want nothing to do with you.
But that's the one that pisses you off? Nobody pisses you off like blood?
I mean, what do I need you in my life for when you didn't want anything to do with us?
I had an uncle that I would just, even now he's dead, I would probably just go piss on his grave right now. My grandma died. I didn't know about it for 2 fucking weeks because he hit it. And I was tight with her, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I didn't know. And then all of a sudden my old man calls me and says, hey man, I'm sorry about your grandma. And I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? Because it was my mom's mom.
Okay.
So I even called my sister and I'm like, did you know grandma died? And she goes, no. Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like, no. So,
Yeah.
but then he died not long after that.
Yeah.
It was really weird. My mom was one of 3 kids.
Yep.
And 2 of them died before my grandma did. So,
But yeah, at one point we found out that he was rude to my grandma. One time we ran into her in the store. Then didn't talk to us.
do you know how rude? I mean,
I can't remember what
okay.
it was, but
bad enough.
it was one of those. It was like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
My dad had that heart attack when I was in middle school.
Yep.
Nowhere around. Never called to check on him or anything.
And that's his dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you know what? I don't need anything to do with you.
Right.
So he has reached out. He's reached out to my dad, and they communicate. Apparently, he's a big talker. My brothers went and stayed with him in Florida where he lives. I don't give a shit. Then find out a few years ago that between ex-wife and my mom, there's another one. Just so happened to be his kid. And it's funny because he also lives in Florida. So both those other kids live in Florida. So when my parents go down to Florida for vacation, they go and revisit my half-brother. And then the other one that he's just now meeting in person for the first time, and I think he's in his 50s. But it's funny to see the pictures. Like, the guy that I've never met is like sitting on my dad's lap, smiling and having a good time. The picture of the guy that actually has stayed in our house, they're like 5 feet apart and just kind of stiff and ridges. Like, yeah, that looks about right. I don't give a... So I'm pretty sure he's going to be here in August for my brother's wedding. I'll see him for the first time since I was 10.
Well,
So that's going to be fun.
I feel like they're winning, though. They're living in Florida, and we're in Michigan.
Yeah.
Matter of opinion.
I don't know, man. This blue state can kiss my ass.
Come on.
But no, we were gonna move, and no, my mom and dad are here. They're gonna be here forever. Guess we moved to Florida.
You love Gretch.
Nope. Moody's pointed out her huge tits before, though. Doesn't do anything for me.
Speaking of that, right after my wife met my grandma, she ruined my grandma. She goes,
What?
your grandma has huge tits. It's like, what the hell?
Oh, get that out.
What the hell are you talking about?
Demons
What are you
out.
talking about? Yeah, she did. It's like, what the fuck? No, of course I didn't realize.
Where do you think I get them from?
How
Bob?
how the hell do you think I've ever would have seen that?
Ugh. God.
Rest
Thanks.
rest in peace, Grandma.
Good God. I think that's it. Are we done? Moody comes back, we can finish up with more motorcycle stuff because he's got some pretty good opinions on stuff with that. Like I said, he's to blame for me liking the sumo thing. I always thought they were cool, but then I rode one and I'm like, wow, this thing's a riot.
I can't help you on that shit because I don't know anything about bikes, anything at all. I think I've rode a max of 50, 60 miles on a bike, and that's all that I've ever put on in my lifetime.
More than other people.
Besides scooters. And even at that, I rode a Honda Shadow and a Harley Dyna convertible.
But that's still more than some. So I don't know. Well, since we're on it again, automatic motorcycles shouldn't exist. I'm sorry. Automatic scooters, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm usually a couple beers into it anyway.
If there's a need for a automatic where you can't clutch with your hand for whatever reason, maybe.
Yes.
But
okay.
just to have a whole model during a year or years that have an automatic, absolutely no, thank you.
Well, now I want to know if the electric, because there's an electric crotch rocket that parks at one of my customers during the summer. It doesn't look terrible. You can tell it's all battery.
Kawasaki.
I don't think it is. It's an off-brand. I can't remember what it is.
Well,
now.
guess who makes an all electric?
Really? It must be just gas and go, or volt and go. No shifting, right?
It's automatic now.
Can they do wheelies? I don't know. I want to know these things. I'm going to have to do some research, I guess. Do I have the ambition to do the research? Not right now.
You will if you go out and buy one, which I assume you're going to do.
No, I won't. I mean, if I can do wheelies on it, I might. I don't know.
You put all that way far enough on the back tire.
Pot?
I don't get on two wheels.
I just zero interest in an electric motorcycle. Now, different note, there is a company that makes a motorcycle style golf cart thing where you sit on it, but your golf clubs go in the center of it. So it's two wheels, golf clubs are in between your legs, and you ride around. Stop, get out, pull your club out, hit your ball, put it back in, and you can take it back off.
That's called a Segway.
Motorcycle style, not...
Oh.
What are those freaking... I see these one-wheel freaking things that have a seat on top of them. People freaking trail ride and shit.
They're not... Some of them
like
have
you
to stand
up or whatever, but they have a little seat, too, that you can sit down.
Barron's brother-in-law?
Is that what he...
That's what he was riding when he got killed. Got hit and run on Cascade. They never found the guy, but he got hit and run and got killed. Riding one of them unicycles.
See, I thought it was one of the skateboards with the center tire that he planted back, forward, whatever.
Yeah, that's literally called a one wheel.
Yeah.
And they're $1,000.
Jesus.
Yeah,
some of them are pretty sporty, though.
Yeah.
I've watched some videos. They do some they'll do trail riding with them and they'll freaking jump on. I'm like,
your guy Wrangler Star went through Portland on one.
Oh, really? There's Bill Hoffman, one of our coworkers. He sent me some videos from this young girl that does it.
I think that's the one that I watched. Trail riding through the woods and shit.
Whatever. Obson or something like that. Whatever her name is. I have to find him and send it.
Oh, I know who it is.
Okay, we're all on board. Anyway, Hoffman sent me this thing, and I'm like, holy shit, he's not lying. She's really good on one wheel.
I got news for you. They're better on Twitter.
I guess I don't want Twitter. I don't even want Twitter.
I don't have Twitter. I can still see it.
No, well, I get the leak.
You have Twitter.
The leak cuts. I'm guessing she's on Twitter.
I was gonna say, you have Twitter. It's that spot between your twat and your shitter.
Oh, girls.
But yeah, they're good.
Really? All right.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's a hack, and I might have taught you that one, but I taught him.
Mhm.
I'll show you.
That one that you told me about a long time ago, Ashley K, Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Your husband's in jail?
What? For what?
Some embezzlement stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? She
yeah.
makes way too much money for him to have to embezzle money.
I know. It's like, what the? Maybe that's why she really started getting into that OF. But yeah.
Selling her on OF.
No, he was doing some kind of embezzlement stuff.
Yeah, but he had to be. Wow, really? Because he's paraplegic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not.
He's in a wheelchair, right?
No, he had all kind. I think both of his legs are severed.
Missing.
Yeah. They had that incredible boat.
Incredible truck. Incredible body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I have to delve into that.
Brian-
You know what? I say that and I probably won't even look. But.
I found that I was like, wow.
Oh, Moody, you better get your ass back here, dude. Thank you for fixing my trigger, by the way. Again. We learned a bit today at this class. We learned that there's people out there that have seen some things. That Gary guy has seen some things, right?
We also learned that tampons should not be used.
That's right. So if you have a major cut or like a big wound, like they used to stick tampons in them, that's a huge no-no. So a lot of things have changed. What was one of the things that changed? You no longer elevate legs for what?
I miss what Kiss Ass
They
was trying
elevated
to
the
get at.
legs to get the blood a certain
To
direction.
slow down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not anymore. You don't do that anymore because now you're picking them up and forcing all the blood to the wound. Well, you're just pumping the blood out of the body, and you want to try to. Your main goal here is to keep the blood in the body, which should be your main goal at all times.
That's for the tampons.
Well,
Plugs the
tampons, and they're just super absorbent, and they're just pulling blood out of the body. So don't do that.
How enthusiastic was that kid to try and stuff gauze in that yoga mat and then do?
I'm glad he did. I mean, there's always one, right? Every class, every room, everything. There's always some fucking guy or kid that is
Thinks
a little
he's smarter than everybody.
No, he didn't think he was smarter. No, he was willing and more than happy to
Over
try everything.
enthusiastic. I thought he was going
He
to
could
break.
have been worse.
I thought
he could have been worse.
I thought he was going to break that table.
Oh yeah, dude, he was really reefing on everything.
So,
The guy, this old
this-
man was giving
this-
us. He's
this-
fucking.
The instructor has a yoga roll that has some shelf paper wrapped around it, and then he put 3 or 2 holes in it for gunshots, a big one, a small one, and then a slash for a stab wound, and did some red paint on it for blood. So the instructor packed the wound to the big one. It's, anybody want to try this? And I will. He gets up,
Trying on a smaller hole in the leg. I think it's the leg.
and as soon as he gets the gauze, he's like trying to do it really fast. It's like, dude,
You want to do it fast, but you don't want to. In a situation, I feel like you want to make sure it's done right the first try.
yeah, you want to fastest,
Slow
as
fast.
slow as smooth as fast.
In that, like some people hate that saying. I actually appreciate that, and in that situation, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, make that wad of gauze, slide
Push
it
that
down,
and then just keep.
but the kid is really kind of like going quick. But then it's time.
They're wrapping it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, once he gets the wound full, then you take the remaining gauze and you just kind of fold it and put it right on top, so you can just push straight down on that wound. Well,
he's not giving pressure. He's giving pressure.
it looked like he was trying to get to the bottom of the table.
Any harder, he was going to shit his pants.
And then they're going to put a compression gauze or compression wrap on it.
The Israeli one, I like that one. I might have to order some of those. Was it Israeli?
Well, that's
was
what that kid mentioned. I've heard about it, but I don't.
It makes the most amount of sense out of all of those. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
little bigger of a pack.
Yeah. If you can use it for arm, leg, or possibly a neck where you can go
But
around.
you can just pull the
You
gauze
can-
out of it and just
Yeah.
use that if you need it. But it's got numerous purposes in one
Yeah.
pack instead of, you've got gauze or you've got tape or you've got this or you've got that. This thing has numerous all in one kind of thing. It makes a lot of sense.
Think of it.
And then there's quick stop,
Yeah. So
quick clock.
think of a compression as an ace bandage with a pad on it.
Okay.
And you'd put the pad over the wound, and then you would start wrapping it. And if you wanted to put more pressure on it, you could just twist it once so it binds up.
X's
one
right
spot.
over the X's. The
Yeah.
the ace bandage X's right over the wound. Whatever.
So
Sorry.
you're putting all the pressure from that right over the wound, and all that pressure is going straight down. The one that the kid got to use is called an H bandage, where you go around and you wrap it around one part of the H, a plastic piece, go back around and go around the other side, and then just start wrapping it. Well, again, we're trying to work so fast, like it's actually a person bleeding right now.
Yeah, through the time constraint.
This kid's living in the moment,
Yeah.
right?
That kid was visualizing someone was bleeding on that table.
Yeah.
I mean, good practice.
Well, he ended up having to tear it all apart and start over because he
Instructor
fucked
goes,
up.
okay, let's pause.
Again, slow is smooth is fast.
Mm-hmm.
Where this kid was trying to do this exercise in panic,
Yeah.
But it was. I think we missed some stuff.
Just like you said, you can only take in so much.
In EMT class, they pulled a lot of this from an EMT class.
So I've had first responder where you actually put like breathing things down the throat a bit, which I've never seen or heard of a cop doing that, but my class actually had dummies to do that.
Oh, really?
We strapped each other to body boards and we went all out for ours.
I probably should have got up and did one or two of those things myself. Because, like I said, everybody is there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
My reason we know.
Yep.
Yours was to freshen up,
Yep.
and maybe the same reason that I had. Because we get into a situation where I don't want to say we're like big shooters, but we shoot more than average.
Mm-hmm.
You too. It would have been a good one for you, especially when we have kids at home. Certain
Yeah.
things. And it wasn't a class to save somebody's life. It was a class to stop the bleeding long enough to get someone to the hospital or the EMTs to show up to you, and make someone last a little bit longer. Because if you just let them lay there and bleed to fuck, they're not going to make it for 5 minutes. That's going to take the EMT to get there.
I think another thing was you can have gear that you're not trained in because someone else could be there that knows how to use it. So this instructor driving down I-75 in Florida, coming back from vacation, happens upon a wreck where the guy that he's working on, first off, he was doing CPR on a child. His wife took over that. Then he goes and helps this guy that has a leg that's basically
Chopped off.
severed. Well, there's another gentleman there who's actually a Aeromed.
EMT or
Well,
something.
he was Aeromed,
Aeromed.
paramedic. So
That's right.
he didn't have a decompression needle in his kit because he's not trained for it.
Basically a lance to suck.
But
Fluid out.
Yeah.
but this guy could have used it, where he didn't have it. So
Nobody had it. And then he gave us a story of one of his buddies that had one, because you never know.
yeah,
It's like, now I could have been that guy. I could have had one and saved this guy. The guy that he was trying to save was a lost fucking cause.
yeah.
It bummed him out. You could tell it bummed him out that the guy and the kid or kids didn't make it. It was pulling on my heartstrings. However, you're trying to save a lost cause, but this guy was pretty beat up and fucked up, and he was done. He was done. His leg was missing. They got that pretty much They could have,
Slow down,
if it was
stop.
just the leg, he would have probably been okay. But his torso got so much blunt force trauma from the rollover and crashing and banging into shit. Sounds like that he just turned himself into mincemeat.
Yeah. I've also never heard that your trachea will start pushing to a side if.
I do it right.
So if you have a collapsed lung,
If you got shot,
once it's getting really bad, it'll let you the trachea will start pushing over.
this whole side of your body, everything will start pushing, and you will see your throat, the guy's throat, move over to the one side or the other. That was fucking. That was like, I was like, wait a minute. But I'm like,
that's
this guy
weird.
knows what he's talking about. He did 21 years as a fireman in fucking Grand Rapids. So, sorry.
Yeah. More medical training, a little more in depth would be good.
I've taken CPR classes. Like he was telling us, you're only going to retain maybe half of what I've said here
Yeah.
today. I took a CPR class. I've already forgotten 100% of it. Okay? So maybe it's time we find one of them.
Compression's at the rate of staying alive.
That's a good one.
Ironic.
That is, wow. Wow. The compression's at the rate of staying alive. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to put that in my notes. People are going to find my phone they're going to use archaeology and tear my phone up and dig it out of the dirt and find it and charge the battery and go, wow, this guy's got some fucked up stuff in his phone.
Let's see. We had doggy porn.
No, that's Amy's. Her phone will be next to mine somewhere, probably.
But yeah. Intro to AR, I'd like to.
Yes, so let's look into seeing what other classes they have to offer. Maybe we can do another one. You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Let's see what they got.
Yeah.
All right. Send us out.
Here's to those who wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
See ya.